back to another episode of Let's Talk Boxing. Woo. I'm your girl Leti.
I'm LB.
And let's talk about the pound for pound.
Yeah. What's the name?
So we have Terence Crawford.
Yeah, but
out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Versus David Avanesyan out of Russia. So what's up? What happened in this fight?
All right. So let's just start. Let's just start with it here. You know, obviously this is not the fight that everyone wanted to see. Everybody wants to see that Terence Crawford versus Earl the True Spence, aka the Big Fish. You know, that's what everyone wants to see. But you know, the contracts, the contract negotiations fell out. And unfortunately for all of us in the boxing world. So, Terence Crawford decided to stay busy, and he fought David Avanesyan. And when the fight got announced, neither one of us, of course, we weren't happy because that means we weren't getting the Errol Spence fight next. And we weren't familiar with David Avanesyan. So we had to kind of look up and see what he was about. And also the other thing, this was Terence Crawford. This is his first time fighting on a new platform in the game called BLK Prime. And this was their first fight, their first show that they did. And Terence Crawford, this was their first fight. So I was kind of curious to see how everything went. And
it was in Omaha, his hometown.
And it was in his hometown, so he got to put on for his hometown. That support him. We got that following from Omaha, deep. So that was cool to see. But when we kind of get, you want to kind of get into the fight?
I mean, I have much to say about it because it kind of went how we thought it was going to go. At first, just the first few rounds, I think Terence Crawford, he was just kind of feeling David Avanesyan. Maybe, I don't know, wanted to give the fans a little bit more of a few more rounds. I don't know. But I think, he was just kind of letting David Avanesyan do what he does. But come a few rounds later, Crawford did what he did, and he got him out of there. And brutally, he was stone cold laid out. So.
So in the beginning of the fight, Terence Crawford was just on the back foot, and I will say this, when you watch, when people are on the back foot and they're being pressured, I love to just see their demeanor. And when you look at Terence Crawford, I don't know if I've seen a fighter, when they're being pressured, be as calm as he is.
Pound for pound.
Yeah, exactly. That just shows how loved. You could just see how calm he was. He was just as calm as the fighter that was coming forward. And you look at his eyes were just locked in. And it was just, because you don't see that all the time. And so for me to see it, I was like, oh, that was just amazing to see. And he was just, as he was doing that, very comfortable, and he was just sharpshooting with the outside. The jab, crisp. But that's what you expect from Terence Crawford. It's crisp, everything. And then as the fight kind of, and so he was just sharpshooting in the beginning from the outside. And then as the fight going on, then he was like, okay, let me go on the inside a little bit. And then he started having success on the inside. And I'm going to say this, Avanesyan, he was a crafty, awkward fighter.
He was actually very awkward. When he was throwing his punches, I was like, this is definitely an awkward fighter. Like, the way he was putting his body when he was throwing punches was really different.
And he was game too. He was game. He wanted all the smoke. He got it, but he wanted all the smoke. And he landed a really good shot. It was like he doubled up a right hand, but it was just kind of awkward, and it caught Crawford.
Like, oh, what the?
I was like, what was that? But he was game. But so then Crawford, after he was, sharpshooting from the outside, then he was like, okay, well, let me do this little mid-range with you, and he was picking off shots, and he was going to the body, whether it be the straight left to the body, or he was throwing the jab to the body, and, it was cool. And then he was like, all right, now let's go inside, right? And then, and then he's like, all right, let's go inside, and that's, what Avanesyan wanted, but he didn't have all the success that, he expected to have. But, he was in there with the pound, pound for pound, great. And there was times when Crawford was landing multiple uppercuts in a row. Remember that?
Yeah.
He kept doubling the uppercuts. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh, he got him. And then, so the way he got him out of there is instead of doubling up the uppercut, he was like, okay, I'm going to throw this one uppercut. And then when he threw that uppercut, the Avanesyan was expecting another uppercut. And then he came with the right hook, put him to sleep. Put him out on his back.
Yeah.
And that just shows just how much of a KO artist like Terence Crawford is. Like, he's really putting people on their backs. He putting people down, and it's like I can't remember how long. I think it's like 8 or 7 knockout streaks, something crazy. 8, 7, or 6. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that just shows how much of a knockout puncher is. But yeah. And so with that, it was another Crawford-like performance. Yep. And so now, we don't even need to see who we want to see him fight next. We already know who we want to see him fight. You say?
Sean Porter again.
Who we want to see him fight?
Errol the Truth Spence Jr.
AKA the Big Fish.
Yes, that needs to happen. That's all we got to say.
Yeah, that's the only fight we got to see. And so that's all we got. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, and let us know. We don't even need to ask you guys who you guys want to see. But that's all we got. So thanks for tuning in, y'all.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Or talk your shit. And we out.
Okay.